People always asking me what I got on. They be like, hey, Brandon, what you got on? Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it, sweetheart.
Invis is everything braces isn't. More comfortable, fewer emergency appointments. Invisalign.
Welcome back. U.S. Bank brings us stories of inspirational athletes who have overcome adversity in their lives to succeed in school and in sports.
Kendal Kibanoff had a lot on her plate when she was in 8th grade. She was preparing for high school, starting a new competitive club team, and having to cope with her dad's sudden diagnosis of terminal cancer.
I actually got into volleyball at a really young age.
Kendal Kibanoff feels right at home when she's on the volleyball court.
My older sister actually started volleyball in 4th grade, and we're 2 years apart, so I was in 2nd grade. And my dad actually got me into volleyball. At the time, he did coach me playing basketball, but I would wait at my sister's practices and he'd just be like, go ahead, go play. And since then, I just fell in love with the sport, and when I got old enough, I definitely started playing.
Kendal's dad, Richard, was her coach up until she was 12 years old. Kendal says growing up, she could always hear her dad's voice over any size crowd, something she truly misses.
He had stage 3 stomach cancer, and he was diagnosed in 2015, and this was when I was in 6th grade. It was very unexpected. He was a very strong-built man. He had served in the Navy, and he was also an aircraft mechanic for Rolls-Royce. And every time I picture him as this big man in his coveralls when he would always pick us up from after school. And the day I'd heard he'd been diagnosed, it was just unbelievable. I just couldn't put it into words. I thought it was a dream. I was like, this can't be real.
Out of my 3, she's the one, like I said, has the heart on her sleeve. So she was the one who cried. So she was the one already thinking, oh no, my dad's sick, my dad's gonna die. Like she was already panicking, if that's the thing.
It was painful, I'd say. Seeing him, like I said, from this strong, heavy-set man shrink and have the chemo and the radiation, you could just see how much he struggled to the point where he couldn't walk on his own. He needed us to be there for him, and he had also got his stomach removed, and during that time, it just hurt to watch how much pain he had been in, and yeah.
At the time of his diagnosis, doctors gave Richard just 6 months to live, but he was able to fight the disease for 2 years. Richard passed away the day after Christmas in 2017. Kendal was in 8th grade, and from then, she tried her best to help each of her family members cope with the loss.
I'd say the role that I took was supporting my mom overall. I'd say that my father was my mom's love of her life, and I knew how much it hurt her more than me. And my siblings also, I could see how much pain they were in. My sister was just starting off high school and she was going through it, and my brother, he was still little. So being that middle child, I try to balance everything out and keeping everybody safe.
Kendal turned to volleyball as a way to cope with her own emotions.
I put a lot of time into volleyball. I would go to every single practice. I never missed a practice. I'd go to any open gym. Any opportunity I had to play the sport that I love, I would take it. I would use volleyball as an overall cope. And during my free time, I would just spend it with my mom. I'd help her cope, and we'd both just keep busy.
Kendal joined her new club team, UC Elite, just a few weeks before her dad passed away. Looking back, both Kendal and her mom, Charlene, say it was a blessing.
It was hard at the beginning, to be honest. That 8th grade year, it was hard, but she found UC Elite. And this team were all older girls. They took a chance with her, and I think that helped her out. Like, she goes, okay, you really, in the back of her head, she's always thinking, what can I do better? What did Dad want me to do better? So she always keeps that with her.
When she joined our team and our club, it was maybe a 2-3 week span from when her father passed, and it really brought us closer with her very quickly, actually. So we just really supported her because we know it's a tough thing to deal with. And wanted to make her time on the court with our team somewhere where she could just de-stress and just have a lot of fun.
I've received lots of support from people that I didn't think cared for me that much. I was very surprised. Like, there was a game where my teammates had surprised my dad and I with shirts, and the ribbon for stomach cancer is periwinkle. So they all had periwinkle jerseys, and on the back of them it said Kibanoff Strong. And that honestly made me feel so loved, and it made my dad feel so loved.
She's surrounded herself with so many positive male figures, just like her coach now, Coach Matt, that even if she did step away from the sport, she would still bring whatever knowledge they gave to her, even if it's not sport related. Yeah.
Since it's my junior year now, I hope to continue to talk to more colleges now and hopefully get recruited, and overall make my family proud, make my mom proud, and for future goals, I would love to give back to my family, definitely. For everything they've done for me and all the support they've given me, the only thing I would do is give them support back.
How do you plan to make your dad proud?
Just playing my role, like doing my part on the court and not giving up on my dreams. Like I said, I play for him, and I want to make him proud by playing to my highest potential and getting to the highest level of volleyball that I can.
Kendal says her relationship with her mom has gotten so much closer. Before, it was her dad traveling with her to all of her volleyball tournaments, and now it's her mom, and she's just so thankful for that and all of her support she's gotten from her club team and from her community.
Yeah, and how's she doing with the pandemic? It looks like, as of right now, they're not going to play at all this year.
That's right. She's luckily been able to do a lot of tournaments out of state, so she's been getting on the court for sure.
Very good.